Sex before marriage can be described as sexual immorality. If a woman falsely claimed to be a virgin and then got married, and the tokens of virginity shall not be found for the young woman, she made folly among the sons and daughters of Israel, to defile the house of her father by indulging in sexual immorality. So here, if a woman said that she was a virgin, but after getting married it was found that she was not a virgin, that is, she would have lost her virginity by already having indulged in a sexual intercourse before marriage. In this passage, the language that is used is that she indulged in sexual immorality while she was in the house of her father before getting married. Paul wrote, "It is good for a man not to touch a woman, but because of sexual immoralities, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband." So here, Paul referred that to avoid any sexual immoralities in the plural, the only solution here is that each man has his own wife, and each woman her own husband. Notice that no other solution was suggested to avoid sexual immoralities. Furthermore, several verses later, Paul wrote, "I say to the unmarried and the widows, it is good for them if they remain as I also am. But if they do not have self-control, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to be burning." So here also, the solution for unmarried people or widows will be, if they don't have self-control, to marry, as having sexual intercourse within the bounds of marriage is not considered to be sexual immorality. And notice again that no other solution than marriage was given for a lack of self-control or for burning. Now this is significant because one chapter earlier, Paul wrote, "Do not be deceived. Neither sexually immoral ones will inherit the kingdom of God." So here, Paul described that those who are sexually immoral ones will ultimately not inherit the kingdom of God if they remain so. And to understand the significance of what it means to not inherit the kingdom of God, let's look at the Gospels. In the Gospel, the terms inherit and kingdom are only used together in one place in all the four Gospels. And it's in Matthew 25, where a judgment is described. And in that judgment, Jesus said, "The king will say to the ones on his right side, 'Come, the ones having been blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom.'" So this is describing those who will inherit the kingdom as a result of that judgment. But then Jesus proceeds and describes those who will not inherit the kingdom. And so Jesus said, "But the king will say to the ones on the left side, 'Depart from me, the ones having been cursed, into the eternal fire.'" So here, as a result of a judgment, either one will inherit the kingdom or one will not inherit the kingdom and instead go into the eternal fire. So here, when Paul wrote that sexually immoral ones will not inherit the kingdom of God, he really meant something that people should not be deceived about.